The unwritten command. Ever felt like the rule book for being a good man is missing a page? You read the ancient texts, the rules for women, for marriage, for society, they're explicit, clear. Then you look for the direct command for a man's chastity, his premarital conduct, and you hit a wall of silence. It's not there. And your modern mind reads that silence as a free pass, a loophole. Where's the rule telling me no? This feeling of confusion isn't a personal failure. It's your modern operating system throwing a critical error message. Go back here. I don't study history to romanticize the past. I recover lost human technologies, ancestral operating systems we've accidentally deleted, protocols for energy, focus, and character. If you're a man who senses that modern masculinity is missing its deepest instruction manual, if the choices presented to you feel either weakly permissive or angrily restrictive, then your intuition is correct. You are correctly sensing the missing code. This video is a deep dive to recover it. Hit subscribe so you don't miss the rebuild. The modern solution sold to you is a patch. It's either the empty freedom of do whatever feels good or a brittle performative list of external rules. Both fail. Why? Because they misdiagnose a structural flaw in the male psyche as a symptom of not enough rules or not enough freedom. They're treating the fever, not the infection. Here's the truth the silence hides. The ancients didn't give men a line-item rule on chastity because they weren't interested in policing behavior. They were engineering architects. That silence wasn't a loophole. It was a higher, unwritten command, the most demanding one imaginable. Let's break down the source code. First, the raw material, male sexual energy. It's a high-potential, high-volatility force. In its raw state, it's just impulse, a scattergun seeking immediate release and validation. It's fire without a forge. Second, the ancient technology. The protocol wasn't a rule against the fire, it was the construction of the furnace. Ancient societies living on the razor's edge of survival had a brutal logic. Explicit rules for women ensured lineage and stability inside the walls, the interior space. But the entire system depended on men to build and defend the walls themselves. For that task, a list of don'ts was useless. You can't command a soldier in the chaos of battle with a checklist. The system needed a different kind of man. So the command was unwritten, but absolute. Total self-mastery. The proof is everywhere except the marriage statute. It's in the Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus declaring a man enslaved if he's a slave to his lust. It's in Spartan law punishing lack of bodily control as a military liability. It's in the biblical call to holiness addressed to all. The unified message, a man who cannot govern his own inner chaos is fundamentally unfit. Unfit to lead a family, command soldiers, or steward a legacy. Third, the cost of deletion. We deleted this unwritten command. The result? We kept the raw, volatile fuel, but dismantled the furnace meant to contain and direct it. The modern analogy is giving someone a jet engine and telling them to bolt it to a go-kart. The outcome isn't freedom, it's catastrophic, directionless wreckage. A life of distraction, transactional relationships, and a deep absence of trustworthiness. Now you might be thinking, but isn't this just repressive? Aren't you pathologizing male nature? This is the critical misread. The protocol isn't repression. Repression is fear of the fire, trying to smother it. This is transmutation. It's the respect for the fire so profound, you build a foundry for it. The goal isn't to have no drive. It's to have a drive so integrated and focused that cheap distractions, endless scrolling, empty conquests simply hold no power over you. The ancients weren't giving men a pass with their silence. They were issuing the ultimate challenge. Don't look for a rule on the wall. Become the man who doesn't need one. So what do? This is the modern application, the daily sovereignty drill. The practice, once a day, when you feel a base impulse, the urge to lustfully objectify, to vent rage, to seek a cheap dopamine hit from distraction, you do not obey it, but you also do not just fight it. You pause, identify it, and consciously redirect its energy. Take that jolt of impulsive fuel and channel it into one set of focused physical exertion, or 5 minutes of deep, concentrated work on a meaningful task. The mechanism: you are not repressing energy, you are performing an alchemy. You are teaching your nervous system that this potent force is not for consumption, but for construction. You are building the neural pathway where the prefrontal cortex, the command center, directs the limbic system's raw power. This isn't about moral purity or going backward. It's about recovering a piece of advanced human technology we misplaced. The unwritten command was the blueprint for the fortress. You are the builder. The world doesn't need more boys looking for the no sign. It needs architects of unshakable character. If this changes your blueprint, let me know in the comments. What's the first impulse you'll redirect today? Hit like if you value recovering source code over consuming content. Subscribe.